Welcome back. Thanks for stopping by. This is another installment in the Cowboy Action Shooting Frequently Asked Questions, FAQs. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about leather. Now, in a previous video we talked a little bit about what guns you're going to need. You're going to need your pistols, your rifle, your shotgun, etc. Well, when you're out there on the range, you're going to need some leather to tote those six guns around in, aren't you? Now, there's two basic, kinds. There's either a double strong side, which has one on each side of your hip, and I'll probably try to pop in some neat little pictures here, or maybe they'll be over here. I don't know. Anyway, so a double strong side. Another popular option is a cross draw. So you have one on your strong side, and then a cross draw that you reach across your body and draw. Well, whether or not that is going to work for you may be determined by your body type. For me, I have a lot of famine insurance, aka a big old belly, and there is just no way with my short little T-Rex arms I'm going to be able to reach a cross draw. And, again, I happen to be a big proponent of the double strong side anyway, but cross draws are cool, and some of the top competitors use it, so it's a matter of what you want to go with, what you get used to. One reason I like the double strong side is I think it gives you more freedom and more options with transitions. With the cross draw, what I've seen is a lot of guys kind of get locked into always drawing that cross draw first and then holstering it with the weak hand while they draw the strong one. Well, that works great, but what if you're moving the opposite direction of what works well? I've seen guys try to draw their cross draw, right-handed fellas, draw their cross draw while they're moving to the left and wind up breaking the 170. So, that's a consideration when you have a cross draw. You need to be mindful of the 170, and I won't begin to advise you, how to do that because I don't shoot one. Find someone at your local club that shoots a cross draw if that's what you want to do, and have them instruct you into how to draw and holster safely without breaking the 170, because I don't know about you, I get a little uptight when I see a gun barrel pointed at me, and I think most people do too. So you're going to need a gun belt and holsters, and of course double strong side or cross draw is not your only consideration. There are a couple of category considerations as well. Now, if you're going to shoot B Western, you're going to need a double strong side rig, but it's going to need to be a Buscadero or dropped holster rig. And that's to where the butt of the revolver is below the top of the belt. So, but you can also use that in every other category except for Classic Cowboy. Classic Cowboy, you have to have the butts above the top of the belt. So knowing what category you want to shoot is going to determine a little bit what holster rigs you go with. Now again, there are a lot of options for leather. I mean, you can get some off the shelf, even at some of the big sporting goods stores. There's a number of wonderful leather makers, some big, some small, that cater to the cowboy action crowd. They support our sport. I think we should support them. But, when you're just starting out, maybe you don't even know what options you want. I know I didn't. I wound up, since I'm a little bit of an odd size, custom ordering one from a talented leather maker, and I put myself in his hands, and he did a good job for me. Knowing now what I didn't know then, I perhaps would have tweaked a few things on the design. So one good option, I think, is the used market. I mean, if you can find a gun belt that will fit where you want to wear your gun belt, size-wise, you can get a good used rig for, a lot less than something new. And you can use that for a couple of years, figure out what you like about it, what you don't like about it, and then maybe spend the big bucks and go out and get a custom made rig specifically to your wants and wishes. Okay, you got the gun belt, you got the holsters. Next up, you're going to need a shotgun belt. Well, that's not exactly true. You can put a shotgun slide on your gun belt, but you're going to have to reach farther down to get those shells. And a lot of people like that shotgun belt. I shot without one for a long time, and you can definitely learn to work with it, but for me, I found a separate shotgun belt just works better. Again, there's multiple different kinds. You can get them to where they're just a single loop, one shell in each loop as it goes down. You can have those single loops separated by a space, so you're just grabbing two. They have ones with pockets that two shells go into each pocket. I mean, there's just a bunch of different designs. You're going to have to see what will work for you. If you can find one used, try it. I mean, see what you like. So that's the basics of cowboy leather, I think. Be enough to confuse you and get you started anyway. So I hope this, helps you out if you're just getting into the game. Definitely go out to matches, ask questions. A lot of times, cowboys and cowgirls will have an old rig. They'd be happy to let you borrow for a few matches, or they may even be willing to sell it to you. And leather is one of those things that even if you decide a year down the line to go with something else, you're not going to lose much money on it. You can resell it to somebody else just getting into the game at that time and help them out, and you had something to get you started. Now they do. So anyway, there's the basics of cowboy leather. I hope it helped you out, and I'll see you next time on the Cowboy FAQ, and I hope to see you down the trail. Until then, watch your top knot.